plaintiff, Roshana Reddick, dated the defendant, but she admits that she cheated on him. And soon after, she found out she was pregnant. Roshana deeply regrets her actions because she's still in love with the defendant. But she petitioned the court for a paternity test because she does not know who her child's father is. Defendant Alex Pile says Roshana isn't telling the whole story because there was a third man involved who happened to be Alex's good friend. Therefore, Alex has no idea if the child is his or not.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Let me hear from you first, ma'am.
Well, first, I would like to apologize to Alex for cheating on him and hurting him. I want him to know that I really do love and care for him, and I hope that we can work this out again.
Good. When did you cheat on him?
Well, back in 2017, I was dealing with him and my ex-fiance.
How long had you been dating him prior to that?
For probably like 5 months.
Oh, okay. 5 months
yeah,
you were dealing with him, and then your ex-fiance you were dealing with as well.
Yes. And at the time, me and my fiance had broke up. He was talking to other people, and I began to talk to Alex. I met him on Facebook. And at the time, I didn't know who I wanted, so I was playing both sides of the story. And at the time, Alex would always catch us two together.
You all fall out? What happened? Tell me the rest of the story.
Actually, we did. He didn't want to deal with me no more because I kept playing with his heart and his emotions. And I was wrong for that. At the time, I didn't know who I really...
When did you break up?
January.
Of 18?
Yes.
And you discovered you were pregnant when?
In the month of December.
So 1 month before you broke up?
Yes.
And did you tell him
Yes.
at that time?
Yes.
Did you tell him it was his child?
At first, I did.
Did you know?
At first, I did.
Did you know?
Not exactly.
Pardon?
Not exactly.
Did the other guy know you were pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you tell him it was his child?
Yes, I did.
So you told both of them it was their child without knowing.
Right.
Made both men think they had a child coming, and if whatever effect that may have had on them, too bad. Whatever other issues that might come with the belief that you have a unexpected or unintended child. But you should think about that when you're having unprotected sex as well. And let me hear from you.
Pretty much, Your Honor, go off what she said. We did meet back last year, June. At the time, everything was cool, but like she stated, I was always catching them together. She would tell me she broke it up with him, but I would still always catch them together.
Okay, and that's when you broke up?
No, at the time, I would still give her the benefit of the doubt.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
I mean, at the time, we was, spending time together. And I guess I just got fed up with the whole always catching him. So I told her, if you want to be with him, that's good and dandy. Y'all go ahead, because it wasn't supposed to be that serious with us. But like she stated, she was trying to play both sides of the fence. And she's not telling you the whole story. There was a third person she was also involved with as well.
That true? Pardon me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Why didn't you tell me that? Now you're trying to deceive me now. Go ahead.
At the time when I found out the third person was a close friend of mine, one of my homies or whatever, I confronted her about it. And I have an audio of me and her conversating, her admitting to... You
have it today?
Yes, sir.
You can play it?
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a transcript of it I can read while it plays? Let's hear it. This is you speaking with her.
So answer the question.
He took me home.
When he what?
Yeah, it happened in the back of the car when he took me home.
And what happened in the backseat? Y'all did the whole course? And what happened in the backseat? Oral again? And that was it.
2 hours.
And this is your friend she's talking about.
Yeah, that was.
And what are you talking about again? So you had discovered something earlier between her and your good friend?
The thing is, when he found out me and her was dealing, it was kind of crazy. It was after a church service. He found out that me and her was dealing. He said, "Oh, I've been trying to get with her."
Church? Who all went to the church? All three of y'all?
No, sir. She goes to a separate church. Me and at the time, one of my homies went to the same church.
This gentleman?
Yeah, yes, sir. The sir with that she was doing the stuff in the car.
2-hour man.
And his fiance's
Yeah,
brother.
the 2-hour man.
Yeah. So at the time when I had suspicions, I approached her. This when the audio was recorded. After that, I didn't have no more dealings with her.
Yep.
So at the time, that's when, like she said, she told us in December that she was pregnant.
Right.
All right,
Us.
cool. She told us two, but also him as well. So it was 3 people she told.
Told a third person too?
I didn't actually tell him. He found out
How old is the child?
2 months.
2 months? Okay, great. He won't know about this foolishness as long as he doesn't see the show, and hopefully he doesn't.
But I also have other evidence with this, or her telling the actual ex-fiance or whatever he wants to be today.
Okay.
Prior to December, she logged into my phone on Facebook and forgot to log out. So I have numerous screenshots of them exchanging pictures, them.
What type of picture?
One of them is kind of him in the shower, I guess, sitting
They would know he was dealing with it. The question is,
it's just that at the
is there
time,
any-
you telling me you had no saying or anything with him, but you're still behind my back, still having conversations with him. In January, to fast forward to after the whole December incident, me and the current fiance, ex-fiance, whatever he wants to be, we had altercation in her house to where I had to be sent to the hospital. He got locked up for aggravated assault.
what happened? Give me how did that occur?
Long story short, I got permission from her parents to go over there. Went there. The ex-fiance was there. She knew the next time we saw each other, there was going to be an issue. I don't have it with me, but he used to send me threats on Facebook. At the time, I was 29 at the time. I really didn't pay him any attention because he was a child. But I left it alone. But she knew the next time we saw each other, it was going to be an issue. So I went to the residence. He was there. So I said, let's go outside and talk, just like men. Her other 2 boys were there from 2 other people as well. She has 2 other kids with 2 other people. So my thing is, I said, let's talk outside, because I'm not going to let the 2 little boys see us, go back and forth, because I wouldn't want my son to see that. He said no. So I'm not noticing he had his hands behind his back. So we started fighting, and he had 2 kitchen knives already on his possession. So at the time, the fight lasted maybe 10, 15 minutes. One of her sisters called the cops, or whatever. The cops came. He got arrested on the spot for aggravated. So I got sent to the hospital. I had to get stitches on my chest, forearms, and my fingers.
Almost died.
I had the police report here as well if you'd like to see it.
Yeah. I have no reason to disbelieve you.
Sorry.
So yeah, you accuse 2 men of being the father of your child. We see what happens. You 1 inch away from death. That's what happens. You're just 1 inch away from being killed, stabbed in the chest. All right. And anything else you want to show me indicating paternity issues or statements? Or?
Yes, sir. I have here her ex-fiance brother lives in my area on and off, whatever. So I saw him at the corner store. So I told him, how's everything? Because I haven't seen her since the whole altercation happened between me and her fiance. So the conversation between her and the ex-fiance's brother was, I asked him, how everything was doing. So then he inboxed her right after I saw him. Now, her not being aware that I have access to her Facebook, I see the conversation between her and her brother. It's her and them 2 and other people that she's admitting that I'm not the father of the child.
Ma'am, did you do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why are you playing games like this? Why were you doing that?
Because I didn't know at the time. I was confused.
No, you said you did know. You said you did know.
Yeah, I was
You
confused.
said it wasn't his. No, this is an affirmative statement. This isn't confusion at all. This is an affirmative, clear statement. How long did you know this young lady before you started getting intimate with her?
I met her the early part of last year.
And how old was she? She seems young. How old was she then?
At the time, she was 20,
And how old were you?
29.
Yeah. And you known her how long again? I'm sorry, before you were intimate with her?
I met her for a brief second at a church service. That was...
And how long after did you have sex with her? Unprotected sex.
It was months later.
Okay.
Like literally months.
Months later. All right. And you knew she had 2 children already, right?
No, so I didn't know until after I went to the residence and met her family.
Oh,
She
so
had
what
2
y'all
kids.
talk about for months? When you dating a woman or you talking to her for months and you know you're interested in having sex with her at the very least,
Yes, sir.
you don't say, hey, what's up with your life? You find nothing out about her?
No, so I didn't find out till afterwards.
Okay, well, there you get it. You part of the headache is you brought
sir.
it on to yourself. You have unprotected sex with a woman that you have absolutely no clue about. And are you sad and whatever and worried because she is playing games with the paternity of the child? Could very well be yours. There's no telling, but I'm trying to get your mind ready.
Yes, sir.
So it may not be true, but get your mind ready, Doc, because we about to know, get the results. And you're going to take care of your child. You sound like you're a good father to your current child.
Yes, sir.
And if this is your child, I'm sure you'll be the same. You got anything else you want to say other than I'm scandalous, Judge? That's all you need to say. Judge, I am scandalous. Child is yours, sir. Have a good day.
I just told him before that he was the father and he didn't believe me.
She can continue to be with her fiance, whatever they...
I'm actually not with him anymore.
I'm going to take care of my son. That's pretty much all I have to say.